Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Piper Report. So I've been out of town pretty much all morning and most of the afternoon. I just got back and I read a news article and I already cracked up laughing. I couldn't help myself. Before I go over the article here, I am currently in the process of making a video called Debunking the Rape Culture on Campuses, or something to that effect. Name needs work. But it debunks the notion that 1 out of 5 women experience sexual assault on college campuses. It's actually not even close to that. It's more like 1 in 40, according to the DOJ and their studies. I will get into that later on a different video, but just more left-wing talking points that are not true and that are used to help achieve their political agenda. So look forward to that. But let's go over this article because I don't know, I can't help myself. First off, there's only been one president who was censured in history in the US, and that was Andrew Jackson. And the reason why he was censured was because he destroyed the central bank of the US. And the way he did it, he basically defunded it by moving all of their reserves out of the bank into separate banks throughout the US. Congress wanted to see his books. They wanted to see the files where he decided how to do all this, where he wrote everything down. And Andrew Jackson would not give it to them. So in essence, he ignored regulations and he did not give Congress what they wanted. So they censured him out of spite. Well, we have some New York Democrats, which surprisingly it's not California Democrats, but we have some New York Democrats who want to censure Trump because he said many sides were involved in the Charlottesville riot. I kid you not. I will go over the article here, but they said that because many sides were involved. Many sides were involved. It wasn't like it was a group of white nationalists that did a rally, then all of a sudden they said, you know what? Let's start breaking property. Let's start hurting people. They met resistance there. Resistance and opposition. And when two sides of political ideology meet, and they strongly disagree with each other, it's not unusual for them to result to altercations, which is what happened. Same thing happens when Black Lives Matter goes on a rally and free speech advocates go and meet up with them. Funny thing is, I never hear it when the shoe's on the other foot. But now they want to actually censure Trump, which is, before I read the article, I'm kind of digressing here, but just go with it. Does anybody remember a person named Barack Obama? Remember when he was running for president, some leaked videos came out of his racist, communist pastor who Obama basically worshipped? Do you remember the left-wing media talking about how Obama is racist because by extension, because he supports his pastor, and by extension then that makes him racist? Because me either. I don't remember that either. It never happened. But you will see in this article, kind of halfway down, they're talking about censoring Trump also because he has people like Steve Bannon with him, and he communicates with people like Bannon, who is alt-right. So if you want to tie Trump into Steve Bannon because Bannon works for Trump, but you don't want to tie Obama into his pastor, even though he basically worships his pastor, the hypocrisy there is kind of overwhelming. And I think we should really focus. I mean, it's nonsensical. That argument lacks complete foundation, but most of the things I see actually from the regressive left lacks any type of substance, and it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, a group of congressional Democrats wants Congress to officially censure President Trump in the wake of the clashes in Charlottesville sparked by a neo-Nazi and white nationalist rally. Led by Representative Gerald Nadler of New York, a senior Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee, the censure resolution says Mr. Trump did a disservice to the country when he blamed many sides for the violence that erupted. Yes, God forbid Donald Trump said, we should bring the country together. Let's try to achieve some type of unification with each other. Let's try to achieve some type of confluence between those with different political ideologies. God forbid Trump says that. It appears that they want him to be completely partisan. But if he was completely partisan, then he would be attacked for that. Which is kind of funny because Trump is dominating the news media. He is trolling the news media so much, yet they still report on him 24/7. It's actually what Trump wants. And places like CNN and MSNBC, they have guests on every now and then who tell them that, like, you know what, This is what Trump wants. Trump is trolling you. He wants you to do nothing but report on him because it actually helps him. It wakens people up to the extreme bias of the media, and it actually hurts the media, which is why their ratings are dropping. But they're so hell-bent on attacking Trump and getting back at him, getting some kind of revenge on him, that they don't see it through their own ignorance. But that's their choice, I guess. The lawmakers, though, go beyond Charlottesville, saying the president has surrounded himself with and cultivated the influence of senior advisors and spokespeople who have long histories of promoting white nationalist, alt-right, racist, and anti-Semitic principles and policies within the country. The resolution urges Mr. Trump to fire anyone who suggests he cater to the alt-right movement. The resolution will be introduced when the House holds its next meeting on Friday. Lawmakers are currently at home on a 5-week vacation, but the chamber is meeting in pro forma sessions. Censure of a president is rare. Last time, 1834 with Andrew Jackson. So yeah, right here, I was kind of talking about earlier with Obama and his pastor. They want to put Trump in the same circle, in the same group of what they perceive Steve Bannon as. They perceive Bannon as anti-Semitic, horrible racist person who basically wants to kill all non-whites. That's how they view him. And they want to put Donald Trump in that category. It just doesn't work, though. And they're only hurting their own ratings. They're only hurting their own integrity, which, let's face it, they really don't have integrity anymore. I think they lost their integrity last year when WikiLeaks released information that showed the majority of corporate media news outlets were working with the Clinton campaign, were invited to Clinton campaign activities and fundraisers. So I think they lost all their credibility there and integrity there. But they're trying. I mean, they are trying. You gotta give them some. You gotta give them a little congratulations for at least trying to be wanted again, to be credible again. And I'm done.